Sugi Balugi. I like that. What do you think? Huh, see?
Special guest.
Special guest Balug. Business acumen, baby boy.
Balug.
She's so sweet. Wow.
Okay.
We need you to tell us all of your strategies for the coming fiscal year.
It's the Sugi Show.
What's up, everybody? AJ and Katie back with another Wino Wednesday episode. It's finally episode 6, and we are here with a Mondo episode. I mean, it's going to be huge. We've got Game of the Year list for 2021. We're going to be talking about E3 2022, and we have a surprise at the end, which we're not going to tell you about yet, but I'll give you a one-word clue. Spezzy. And we have a special guest. You all have seen the courageous Spankly, and you have seen the wondrous Po' Boy, but now it is time for the third of our kitties to make an appearance on our channel, and that is Sakura. She is here with us.
Oh,
Siggy! Hi, baby.
Oh, she is so sweet.
This is Sakura, and she is a very sweet kitty, but she does have a stern side because she has a natural knack for business and all types of business operations. She runs several different companies, and they're all very profitable. She's very successful in her business ventures, and so she may or may not bless us with some of her business acumen as it relates to the video game industry.
Perhaps she will impart some knowledge upon us. Tonight, we have a wine that I'm not sure, have we had this before? Maybe once. Well, tonight we have Butterknife Chardonnay. Sugi, no wine for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about games. We're going to talk about our Game of the Year 2021. So, okay, a few disclaimers. We always talk about spoilers. It's just kind of like, you know, the nature of the business. You're watching our favorite games of the entire year, so spoiler warning in advance for anything that, you know, once we name a game, there could be spoilers for it. And then, there's games that we haven't played yet from 2021. I just wanted to note Deathloop, Halo Infinite, and Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Remix. Let's pour some wine. Chardonnay.
It's gonna get this glass very hairy.
We're gonna be drinking Yeti Chardonnay, dude.
Ooh, Yeti Chardonnay. Are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Whoa, ready Yeti.
Ready Yeti.
Cheers.
Hi. Hi, Sugi. Mwah.
She always looks so grumpy. Oh, she's a Sugi baby. Hi.
Wino Wednesday Episode 6, dude. Episode 6, my B-boy.
Wow. Cheers.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers to Sugi.
Cheers to Sugi, and to, in remembrance of, an actor in one of my favorite movies of all time, James Caan. Misery, such a great movie. So, he's a great actor, so yes. In remembrance of, just wanted to throw that out there. And that actually is a perfect opportunity to mention, well here, let's go ahead and cheers to that. To mention Katie's kitchen spider, Annie Wilkes. There's a spider that has lived on the windowsill above our kitchen sink now for like possibly a year. We didn't start tracking when she first showed up, but Annie Wilkes is Katie's kitchen spider. We feed her to make sure she stays and is happy.
Yeah.
Moths and gnats mainly. Wino Wednesday Episode 6 commence!
Cheers.
Let's try this wine. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's not KJ.
Not KJ.
Alright, so we're doing our top 5 games of 2021. Okay? But I wanted to ask you if it's okay if I just name just my 10 through 6, just to get them out there.
10 through 6?
I'm not even going to talk about them.
10 through 6?
I'm literally just going to say the names of the games because I just want them to have the recognition as games that I thought were really good from the year. So my number 10, we're just going to get right into it. Is that okay?
Yep.
Number 10, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Okay? Number 9, Biomutant. Number 8, Hitman 3. Number 7, New Pokemon Snap. And number 6, Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Whoa. Alright. That's quite a list, dude.
That's why I wanted to name them. I wanted them to get the recognition they deserve. So now, we're getting into the thick of things, alright? Number 5, fifth favorite game of 2021. B-Boy, who goes first, me or you?
Me.
Alright, give it to me. Give it to us.
My number 5 is Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So that almost made my top 5. It was very hard for it not to be in my top 5. Very cute game. Poe was here because of that game.
That's right.
Back when he made his appearance, because of the little rots.
So cute.
And that was back when we pronounced it Kena instead. But Kena Bridge of Spirits, very good game. I felt like there were some gameplay technical issues for me that just made it like, okay, I'm going to keep it out of my top 5. Even though I love the art and I love the cute B-boys and all the like hats that you could get for them. And it was a really fun and unique game. And I like that it's in your top 5 since it's not in mine.
Surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I just kind of stole your number 5 and talked about it.
I love it.
Do you have anything to add?
No. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Monster Hunter Rise. Now, I had to include it in my number 5. I feel like it could have been 6 or 7, I'm going to be honest, but I also feel like it could have been 3 or 4 because I just love Monster Hunter. And I have such a hard time when I'm picking my game of the year of differentiating between things I just really enjoy playing and what I actually think are like technical achievements and great like revolutionary, types of gameplay or even semi-revolutionary types of gameplay, just, interesting and new, takes on things. And Monster Hunter Rise is not that. It is more Monster Hunter. But I just loved playing that game, and so I wanted to put it at number 5, and I'm just like, it's another Monster Hunter game, but it's awesome, and that's my number 5.
Nice. My number 4 is Returnal, which I have a feeling we'll be talking more about later, so I'm just gonna...
Dude, what do you have to say?
I felt like Returnal was really cool because pretty much the entire game, again, spoiler warning, obviously, pretty much the entire game left you wondering, is this like sci-fi or not? Or is it a blend, So it was really cool, story-wise. And then on top of that, like the combat and just the visuals and everything, the art design was so interesting because it was like space, but also like kind of like underwater, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like there are such strong similarities between outer space and underwater. Very cool game, very difficult, very, very challenging and brutal, but you can talk about that later.
Yeah, I will talk more about it later. Spoiler warning. That is an excellent number 4, and I have a lot more to say about Returnal. We'll get to that. But my number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh, boy.
So this was a game that, first of all, I gotta just say, Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite, possibly my favorite actually, Marvel set of characters.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like a natural born clown. I've always been just like a silly guy, and I love how clowny those stories are and all the characters. And what they did was they took the game and they translated that so masterfully into a video game. And it was so fun, but yet very good as a video game on top of that. There was the Guardians of the Galaxy spirit on top of a great video game at its core. And I just really enjoyed all of it. I really liked the way that you could, you know, kind of control all 5 characters at once in a sense, and they all had purposes to serve, and it was just great. It was a great game. That was my number 4. I don't know.
Nice.
I was really impressed with it. I was really not that I thought it wasn't going to be good, but I don't think I thought it was going to be my 4th favorite game of the year.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that's my number 4.
My number 3. Are you ready for number 3?
I'm ready for number 3, B-boy.
My number 3 is new Pokemon Snaps. Oh my goodness, so fun. So fun. You know how much nostalgia plays into it? I'll never know. But it was just a blast to play. I mean, it was just so fun. I know it's like super simple, and you know, did they do anything new? No, not really, but it's so fun to play, and I love taking pictures of Pokemon and interacting with them in ways of trying to like get them to do different poses or do different things, and you know, discovering secrets like and secret routes and stuff. Oh, so much fun. I had a blast playing it, so that's my number 3.
I had a blast playing it too. I have to note that just because it's not my top 5, I had a lot of fun with it. I was anticipating it a lot. I think for me, the reason it wasn't in my top 5 is it didn't do that much different.
Mm-hmm.
However, it was such an amazing homecoming for the franchise.
Yeah.
What is a franchise within a franchise? I had a lot of fun with it too. And I had a lot of fun playing it with you. And, you know, it's one of those things that I like that it's so high up on your list because it was a little bit lower on mine.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of fun with it too. Exactly everything that you said. So, yeah.
Really beautiful worlds too. That was something else I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know it's funny because it's cartoony and stuff, but it's like just going through the little, you know, biomes or whatever you want to call it, just the little areas, and like you're on rails and you're just looking around taking pictures of Pokemon. It's like, I love Pokemon, so getting to just go take pictures of Pokemon in these cool areas, so beautiful, so fun.
Yeah. Awesome. That'd be boy. Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
Sugi agrees.
Sugi loved Pokemon Snap, dude.
She was so into this game. Look, she's jumping off to go play right now.
She's gonna go play it, I swear.
Yeah, we had to get her a Switch just for that game.
Cat Switch.
My number 3 is Metroid Dread.
Ooh.
So Metroid Dread, they hadn't made, you know, a game like this in a long time for the franchise. You know, it was a very, very highly anticipated adventure for Samus. And I felt like they did an excellent job. The Emmys were really creepy and instilled a lot of fear in me. And they were all different and had different, you know, things that they could do in order to catch me. Catch the player. And then Samus, you know, there were a lot of different things that you could do. I mean, it was just a classic, what you would expect from a Metroid game. It was just a classic Metroid game. I felt like the power-ups were awesome, and the enemies, the bosses were awesome. It was a beautiful game. It was a great one. It was a great one. And I love spooky games. It was definitely, you know, it had that spooky vibe. It was also pretty challenging, and I like a challenge. So, Metroid Dread, my number 3.
Nice. Pocket Square.
Pocket Square, got a little grub from my Pocket Square.
Check the Pocket Square.
Check the Pocket Square. There's more in my Pocket Square, and you will see that later. What is this? But this is a little grub. Little grub. I want to get a closer look at this grub.
Okay.
I want to get a closer look at this grub.
I think you
Folks,
should.
look at this grub.
I think everybody should.
Look at this little grub, and you're gonna go ahead and see. I got a Japanese newspaper in my Pocket Square. How about that?
Whoa.
But look at this little grub. Look at this little guy. Oh, he's so cute. That's a little grub. Had to show him. And Japanese newspaper in my Pocket Square.
Whoa.
How about that, folks?
So cool, folks.
Pocket Square madness. Why am I calling everybody folks now?
Folks.
That's like somebody that knows 7 years old making VHS home movies.
Aww.
Folks. So we're into like the thick, syrupy, like goodness of the game of the years.
Well,
Because we just did our 3s. And we're at number 2s.
wow.
The terrible 2s. The terribly awesome 2s.
Terribly awesome. Truly. Wow.
What is your number 2 game? Wait, I have to ask it with wine. What is your number 2 game of 2021, B-Boy?
My number 2 game of 2021 is Guardians of the Galaxy. You already spoke quite a bit about it. I mean, I just thought it was so fun. I agree with everything you said.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, wait. Guardians of the Galaxy. So fun. Like you were saying before, we love the movies. The first one especially, but we loved the Guardians. I loved what they did with making the video game characters different than the movie characters. And they were similar, but so different at the same time. It was so cool the way that they did it. And we got that game for my dad, and he played it, and he beat it, and we were so psyched. Very impressed, very excited. So fun to talk to him about it as he was playing along the way.
I too loved how they differentiated the video game characters from the movie characters. Not differentiated, but in terms of physical appearance, how they made them different.
Mm-hmm.
I really, at first, I didn't know how I felt about that, just seeing their renditions.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I like played the game, I was like, I really like this.
Yeah.
I like this. The unique renditions of these characters. It really, I don't know. It was good. It was good for the game.
Yeah, totally. That's my number 2. What's your number 2, B-boy?
My number 2 game of 2021, and this one was hard to not put at number 1. I feel like I have this issue every year. My number 2 game of 2021 is Returnal. Now, I have a lot to say. Like you said,
Yeah.
I was going to have a lot to say about this game.
Yeah.
This game got robbed, first of all, for not getting nominated. I'm not saying it had to be Game of the Year.
That's right.
But it didn't get nominated for Game of the Year
Yeah.
at the Game Awards. Now, I'm not one to typically, piss and moan about, this kind of stuff, because everyone has their own opinions, and that's totally cool. But Returnal was mind-blowing, dude. I love this game. Now, everybody knows I am a sucker for sci-fi.
Oh, yeah.
And this game, Katie already said, is it sci-fi or is it psychological? I'm also a sucker for psychological thriller type of stuff. And so it was like, well, whichever it is, it's awesome. Mm-hmm. But you also have to ask yourself the question, which is it? And, the gameplay was incredible. It was so, like you said, brutal. It was punishing. But it was amazing. And once you felt like that you were flowing with it, it's like you're, like, dancing. Like, it was just, like, dancing. And I just, I loved the weapons and the power-ups. And, with these types of games, it's like, you have to have a balance between making the player completely start over, but also kind of making the player feel like they're progressing a little bit.
Yeah.
And it did that. Like, I would die and start back at the Helios and be like, okay, I made that mistake. I know what I can change next time. But then, as I'm going through the levels, I find the house and have a new cutscene. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, this was something that I wouldn't have seen unless I died. And because I died, I get to see this cutscene. And so it kind of makes you feel like you're progressing still.
Yeah.
And there's also things, obviously, permanent upgrades that you do keep, so you are progressing. It was just perfect in terms of gameplay for me. And graphically, it was gorgeous. All the different enemy types were really cool. All the biomes were really awesome. I platinumed this game, by the way. Again, I always say this, it's just kind of like a measuring stick in terms of how much I enjoyed the game. I did platinum Returnal. The bosses were really cool, and then, the story itself was absolutely incredible. And, there's like a twist that even, I feel like I can't even say, even with a spoiler warning, it's just like, play this game.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. Returnal is absolutely incredible, and I feel like it was so hard. It really was hard for me to not say that was my number 1 game of the year, but it is my number 2 game of 2021, and let me just say, it's an amazing game. So awesome.
Hell yeah.
Sugi, get up here and crow.
Sugi, get up here and crow.
I'm gonna hold her. I'm gonna get real hairy,
You're
folks.
gonna get real hairy,
Folks, this is it.
Folks.
This is it. I'm about to get real hairy, okay?
We call her our little mini beluga whale.
Beluga whale!
So, one of her many names that we call her is Suugi Belugi, the little beluga whale. She's so cute. Oh, nice.
Sugi's here for our number one game of 2021. Now, we did tell each other our number one game.
We did.
Oh, okay.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Sakura is here, and we are ready for our number one pick of 2021.
Sugi.
She's pouting a little bit. We asked her to come up here. She didn't want to, but she's here, reporting for duty for her special guest appearance.
Yes.
And
Alright, spoiler warning, we have the same game of the year.
this
for
always
2021.
happens.
It doesn't always happen. Okay, let's go and say it together. Resident Evil 8 Village. We nailed it!
We did it.
Alright, so I got the shirt. It is not a Resident Evil 8 shirt, but I do have a Resident Evil 20th anniversary shirt that is, 6 years old at this point, but Resident Evil 20th anniversary shirt. And that is because Resident Evil 8, Village, both of our Game of the Year 2021. What do you have to say about it?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had such a blast. So the way we do things is a little funny maybe for other people, but typically what happens is you play a game through first and I watch you and you beat it. And so I'm getting the experience as like a viewer first. And so it's almost like a movie experience or something. So basically, I watched you play this game and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this looks so fun. And I loved all of the characters. I felt like all of the characters were so strong, and the way that they structured everything was just like, it just like felt so right. It felt so cohesive and nice that everything was like here, then you know what I mean? Like it was nice. It was a nice structure. I liked all of the big bads. I felt like they were all great, and I loved the like introduction of lichens into the franchise. I thought that was sweet. But yeah, dude, I just thought it was so good.
Yeah. So everything you said, I agree with. The structure of the game was so awesome. I really loved the big bads as well, and how they all got introduced at the same time, but you're just kind of like, what is this? And then, you kind of slowly advance through the world and it's like sectioned off and you find out, who this person is and this person is. And Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters, we obviously liked them a lot, as you can see from our Halloween dress-up video last year. And then, moving on, it's like Moreau and Beneviento with the doll Angie. And Heisenberg, like it was just all so cool, and everything was so like different feeling, like all very sectioned, but yet everything was like connected. And the hub world that you kind of unlock pieces as you go. The map was really cool. The enemies were really cool. The gameplay felt like fresh still from the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard like change up, but also it felt like Resident Evil. Yeah. And, I feel like they nailed it with this one.
Yeah.
Everything about it was so great. I was like, this is one of the best Resident Evil games I've ever played. And it was very hard between this game and Returnal, for which was my favorite of 2021. And I was like, you really can't go wrong. And I picked Resident Evil 8 as my game of the year, and I still think it's better than Returnal. And I think it's one of the greatest Resident Evils ever. I think it's a must play, really, just in terms of video games in general.
Oh yeah, big time.
Very, very cool. Resident Evil all the way. Resident Evil's in a really good spot. There were some years there. you know?
Yeah.
Before Katie and I even started making videos on this channel, there were some years where Resident Evil looked like it was like, where is this going? And I'm mainly talking about Resident Evil 6, but you know, there were some years where it was like, where is this going? And I feel like with 7, it was a revival, and with 8, we're seeing like the realization of that revival. We're seeing like this is, you know, it's back on top, baby. Like Resident Evil, you know, the gaming industry, you know, it's just like, you gotta recognize Resident Evil's epicness, and it has just won the most prestigious Game of the Year award of the world.
We actually bought the collector's edition and have not opened it. We've been saving it.
Well, yeah.
We want, but is it a secret? I don't know.
It's not a secret, but maybe we'll open it as another Halloween special.
Yes.
Because that seems to be the thing. We open a Resident Evil Collector's Edition, pull out the statue, and guess what? It's a Halloween special. Maybe some crazy stuff will happen.
We loved this game. We loved all these games. So much fun. Such a fun year.
Can I talk for a second about Biomutant?
Oh,
Can I
please
just talk
do.
about how unique Biomutant was?
Please do.
And how fun that game was. Like, it's on my top 10, but not my top 5. I didn't really talk about it, but Biomutant was awesome. Play Biomutant.
Play Biomutant. It is so bizarre. And great.
Yeah.
That, if I did list the rest of, you know, if I gave special mentions, that would have been my next one on my list. So I guess like number 6, technically.
So Biomutant's for number 6. You're giving honorable mentions now. I love it. Yes! Biomutant, B-boy.
Well, we have finished our first glass of wine, meaning the first half of this segment is over. So
that's it. That's the first half. Oh my gosh.
Our games of 2021.
Yes.
We finally did it here in July of 2022.
It's sooner than we did it last year for 2020. When we did it in November.
Ooh, you're right.
So, tell us what your favorite game of 2021 is in the comments below. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, it's part 1 of episode 6 of Wino Wednesday. I mean, how far we've come. How far we have come since the first Wino Wednesday. 5 long years. And here we are still, you know, winding it up. And so we will be back for part 2, where we will discuss E3 2022. And perhaps some more surprises along the way. Remember the clue. Spezzy. I actually have a surprise for you.
For me?
And for you.
For the folks?
Before the Spezzy. For the folks! I have for you, and I, and we, and me,
Close my eyes.
a surprise in the pocket square. It was here all along between Grub and the newspaper.
Whoa!
It's a pack of Pokemon cards. Celebrations, dude.
Whoa.
It was one of our unopened, it was our unopened pack. I think you forgot about it.
I definitely forgot about it.
We opened up a Celebrations mini tin and only opened up one of the Celebrations packs one day, and we left it on the card table. And I was like, we should open it right now.
Wow. Okay. Now?
Yes.
This is happening?
As a finale
This is happening live.
to part 1, as a finale to part 1 of episode 6 of Wino Wednesday, we have a Pokemon Celebrations pack. As you can see, it is sealed, folks. There's no shenanigans going on here. Do you want me to open it?
Yeah, I mean, I want you to open it.
Yeah?
And I feel like now you've like set it up to make it sound like it's a joke, but it's really sealed. It's
really sealed.
We're not screwing around here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do that.
No. Sealed. Should I open it?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Now these make me nervous, opening these Celebrations packs, because there's only 4 cards in here. So it's like I'm not trying to hurt the cards. Alright. Ooh, Cosmoem.
Whoa.
You want to take this?
Yeah.
All right, so we got Cosmoem.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Next up. Ooh, Groudon.
Aw.
Okay, next up. It's sticking.
Uh-oh.
It's a good sign. It's really sticking. Okay. Kyogre.
Ah. Cool.
And Lunala.
Alright.
Well, at least they'll know it was really sealed.
No crazy one. We've opened a good amount of celebrations at this point. Obviously, it's a few months. Wait, when did that release? A while ago. But we've opened a good amount of celebrations, so we happen to know that there was nothing crazy in that pack. But this is such a fun set because all of these legendaries, man. Like it's just an exciting set in general. So we haven't opened one of these packs in a while, and it's just fun.
Very fun.
Celebrations.
Celebrations. Train on. What a great set.
Pokemon's 25th anniversary.
Yeah. Slide these B-boys right back in here. And, yeah. They are the AJ and Katie Gaming collection, officially.
Wow.
Those 4 cards. Officially.
Well, thank you for that surprise. That was very fun. I love opening packs.
Me too. Thanks for letting me be the opener.
Oh, of course.
Alright, so thanks for watching us open the pack. Thanks for listening to us talk about our favorite games of 2021. And like we said, tell us your favorite game of 2021. And I mean, that's Wino Wednesday Part 1 of Episode 6, man. And we'll be back with Part 2, which is going to be E3 2022. And we will see you then. We are Katie and AJ. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So, folks, Katie and I are going to exchange our top 5, not 10. Just our top 5 each. We're going to exchange it right now between each other. We don't know what each other's top 5s are. And we're going to tell it right now. And we'll probably show this at the end of the video.
So, my number 5 was Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Okay. Very cool.
Number 4, Returnal.
Sweet.
Number 3, New Pokemon Snap.
Sweet.
Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Awesome.
Number 1, Resident Evil 8 Village.
Big boy! Big boy! My number 1 is also Resident Evil 8 Village.
Whoa! This always happens.
It always happens. It happens a lot. I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
That's my number 1. My number 5, Monster Hunter Rise. My number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy. My number 3, Metroid Dread. My number 2, Returnal. My number 1, Resident Evil 8 Village.
Wow. Sweet.
Alright people, so now we've done the sneak peek, but that was only for the end of the video only. Only.
Sugi Baligi.
Sugi Baligi. Sugi Baligi. The Mofi, you just let it dangle. You know, you just have these like...
Ideas, man.
like a hat that goes like... Sugi's on the wall.